Hi everyone, welcome to Live Interactive English. This is Karen.
Hello everybody, I am Shane.
Today we're looking at a lesson. It's day 1 of Greece, a journey back in time. And the vocabulary words are border.
Border.
The street that borders the park has large trees on it.
Sparkle.
Sparkle.
The diamond sparkled when light shone on it.
Monument.
Monument.
We visited all of the major monuments on our trip to Washington, D.C.
Column.
Column.
There is a column on each side of the building's main entrance.
Harmony.
Harmony.
Claire's living room combines several styles in a way that creates harmony.
Political.
Political.
The political climate in that country isn't stable at the moment.
So Shane, we're talking about a beautiful place today called Greece.
Greece.
Have you ever been to Greece before?
I have been to Greece.
Oh, you're so lucky. I've always wanted to visit Greece. Can you tell us a little bit about what you saw?
Oh, well, when I went there, see, today the writer of the story got to go to Athens, which is somewhere I really wanted to go because I really like Greek mythology and Greek history, and I wanted to see some of the old buildings and monuments and temples.
But you didn't get to see all of that.
No, I just went to a small island called Corfu, and it was really beautiful with beautiful beaches. And originally we just planned to stay for 2 days, but we stayed for 1 week, 7 days, because it was so beautiful and relaxing.
I remember, well, from all the pictures that I saw, you see all the beautiful white houses, right?
Yeah.
And clear blue sky, and the ocean looks amazing.
It's really a paradise.
Oh, I really want to visit. I hope it's not too expensive to go there from Taiwan.
Well, it probably is expensive to go from Taiwan. Are you interested in Greek mythology and the history?
Well, I don't know too much about it, but I would love to visit and see.
Well, that would be a very good way to learn about it. Then when you go there, you can just learn everything all at once, and you can come back and give me a report.
Okay, I guess I will do that. Okay, first I have to start saving some money.
Okay, save some money, and then maybe if you save a little bit of extra, you can take me along. What do you think?
Okay, maybe.
Okay.
Okay, let's enjoy today's lesson on Greece.
Okay, enjoy.
Greece, a journey back in time. There are few places in the world that inspire as much wonder as Greece does. It's a land of natural beauty, bordered by sparkling seas and bound up in myth and history. Therefore, it's easy to understand why many visitors have been drawn there.
Hi, I'm Chris.
And I'm Mike.
And this is Live Interactive English, and we're reading day 1 of our article called Greece, a journey back in time. Our article starts by saying, there are few places in the world that inspire as much wonder as Greece does. Okay, when we say wonder, we mean a sense of a feeling that something is really amazing or special. And when we see the word inspire, what does that mean, Mike?
Inspire is to give you the idea or to give you the feeling of something. So you'll go to Greece and everything you see will make you feel wonder. It will be amazing and incredible and really, really interesting. As the article says, it's a land of natural beauty. It's a very beautiful country, bordered by sparkling seas and bound up in myth and history. Wow, that's very true. So natural beauty, you think of beautiful mountains and oceans, lakes, rivers. It's just a beautiful country to be in, bordered by sparkling seas. If you've ever seen Greece on a map, you know that it's an island, well, it's a country, I should say, with many islands. And of course, if there's island, there's water all around it. And if something is all around something, we say it is bordered. For example, you could say the street that borders the park has large trees around it. So there you go. There you know there's a road that goes around a park. And we also have these seas that are called sparkling seas. What is it to sparkle, Chris?
To sparkle means to shine with a bright light, especially when light hits something and then it can bounce off in a very sharp angle. We think of that as a sparkle. So when we see stars in a clear night sky, we might think of sparkling stars, or maybe snow at night can shine with this kind of bright light. So the sea as well, because Greece has a lot of sun, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. That's right.
when the sun shines on the seas, it looks like they're sparkling.
Kind of shines and sparkles, yes.
We have an example sentence. The diamond sparkled when light shone on it.
Ah, okay. So diamonds can sparkle, stars can sparkle. People often say your eyes can sparkle too, right? If you have that kind of shining light in your eye. And it says it's bound up. That means Greece is wrapped up. It's all held together in many myths and its long history. Greece is a very old country in Europe. Therefore, it says it's easy to understand why many visitors have been drawn there. That's right. It's been popular with people traveling to visit the country, to look around, to see its beautiful sights for hundreds and hundreds of years. And even today, a lot of tourists go to Greece every year.
Yeah. I think it's those myths that lots of people hear about, even from when we're all very young. A myth is like a very old story, especially one that at that time tried to explain the world around us. So some myths in ancient Greek culture come from the ancient Greek gods, like Zeus with his lightning bolts on the mountain. Bzz, and he would throw it at people that made him angry.
That's true. And even today, movies like Clash of the Titans or Hercules or 300, all of these movies, the stories come from Greek history and myth. So there you go. Now we're going to take a short break and we'll be back to find out more about the wonderful country of Greece.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。今天要介绍的旅游景点是希腊。说到希腊，同学们可能会想到希腊神话，或者是在阳光底下那些白色建筑，还有蔚蓝的海洋。那么文章的一开始就提到说，世界上很少有地方能够像希腊一样，能够激起这么多的赞叹。它有跟闪闪发光的海洋相邻，那么也跟神话历史密不可分，难怪有很多的游客都被这个地方深深的吸引着。好，课文的第一句里面的 inspire 这个动词，它是指激起、唤起。那么单字 border 当名词是指边界、边缘，可是它在课文里面是当动词，就表示跟什么什么相邻。好，再来看 sparkle 是指闪耀、闪烁，不管是钻石还是海洋或是星星，还有眼睛的闪闪发亮，我们都可以用 sparkle 这个动词来表达。好，那么它的现在分词 sparkling 它可以当形容词来描述闪闪发光的。好，再来看神话的英文是 myth， 像老师们提到的 Zeus 宙斯、Hercules 海克力士，这些都是希腊神话里面的人物。那我们接着回到课文中。
Greece, a journey back in time. The first stop of my trip to Greece was Athens. The hotel I was staying in was near the ancient Agora, a site that dates back to around the 6th century BC. This space used to be the heart of Athens, where citizens gathered to trade goods and take part in civic life. I strolled among the remains of stone temples and monuments and marveled at the timelessness of this scene.
Okay, so we're reading about a person's trip to Greece.
Yes.
And so our article is written in the first person using the word I or my. And so the article writes, or the author writes, the first stop of my trip to Greece was in Athens. Now, Athens is the capital city of Greece, and of course, this city dates back to a very long time ago. And this author, he writes, the hotel I was staying in was near the ancient Agora, a site that dates back to around the 6th century BC.
Wow, that's really old. That's more than 2,500 years old. It says this space used to be the heart of Athens, where citizens gathered to trade goods and take part in civic life. Yeah, agora means market in ancient Greek, and so you can think of the agora as the shopping area, the department store, the shopping mall, of the popular place where a lot of people would go down almost every day to buy food, to hear the news, to chat and talk. That is what civic life is. It's this life of all the people of the city living together peacefully and sharing their lives and their city together.
Maybe like the Sogo of ancient Athens.
The Sogo of ancient Athens. There you go. But they don't take credit cards.
Oh.
No credit cards, only cash. And it says, I strolled among the remains of stone temples and monuments and marveled at the timelessness of this scene. Absolutely. If you go to Greece, you'll see a lot of stone temples because, of course, they used big stones to make buildings back then. Temples would be like churches where people would pray to the gods like Zeus and Apollo and Athena. And also monuments. What are monuments?
A monument is a large structure that we make especially to honor something.
Okay.
Or to remind us of that thing. So we often build monuments in appreciation for special occasions, special people, or gods, for example. So the Greek gods would have monuments in their temples.
Like a statue or a large building?
Yeah, like a statue. Of course, it doesn't have to be a statue. Would be maybe a person or an animal, but a monument could just be a special looking building.
Could be.
Like in America, we have the Washington Monument,
Right.
which is just a very tall obelisk in Washington, D.C. to remember the first president.
That's right. Or here in Taiwan, of course, there's the Chiang Kai-shek Monument, Chiang Kai-shek Memorial, which is a really big building with a really big statue of a really important person. That's a monument.
So we have an example sentence which says, we visited all of the major monuments on our trip to Washington, D.C.
Oh, it's got lots of interesting monuments like the Lincoln Memorial, the Washington Memorial you mentioned, Jefferson Memorial as well. And they marveled, it says in the article, at the timelessness of this scene. If we call something timeless, it means it goes over time. It doesn't really matter how important or how old it is. It's so important that people always know what it is. So when we think of the most famous monuments in the world, the Statue of Liberty, the Eiffel Tower, the Tokyo Tower, it doesn't really matter if they're old. People always love them because they're timeless.
There are some ancient things that really are timeless, like the pyramids, right?
Sure.
You could always, if you go there next year, you'll still want to go there the same as this year.
Absolutely. The Great Wall of China would be another great example.
Yeah. Okay, well, we're going to take another short break, and when we come back, we'll hear more of the author's trip to Greece.
好，课文的作者到希腊旅游，他的第一站是雅典，那么住的旅馆是靠近古安哥拉 （Ancient Agora）。Agora 在古希腊语里面是指市集、城市生活的中心。那么古安哥拉这个遗址啊，它可以追溯到西元前6世纪，它曾经是雅典的中心。那么市民们会在这边聚集、交易货品，还有参与公民生活，这就相当于古代的市民广场或是购物中心。好，当作者漫步在石头建造的神殿以及纪念碑的遗迹之间呢，他对这片景色的永恒感到赞叹不已。那么纪念碑的英文是 monument。这个字也可以用来指历史遗迹或者是名胜古迹。好，另外我们在 time 时间，它的后面加上字尾 less 这个字尾表示无或是没有，然后我们再加上名词的字尾 ness 就变成 timelessness， 表示永恒不受时间影响的。好，我们接着回到课文中。
Greece, a journey back in time. From here, I walked up a slope to the Acropolis and looked up at the Parthenon, a temple built for Athena, the goddess who protects the city. Supported by dozens of columns, this temple displays the ancient Athenians' idea of beauty and harmony and the political power that Athens once held. From the top of this hill, I looked out over the entire city. It was a perfect spot for taking in the immense history of this sacred place.
So our author continues his trip to Greece, and he says, from here, from the ancient agora, I walked up a slope to the Acropolis and looked up at the Parthenon, which was a temple built for Athena, the goddess who protects the city. At the Parthenon, supported by dozens of columns, this temple displays the ancient Athenians' idea of beauty and harmony, and the political power that Athens once held.
That's right. As you said, a column is something that we use to hold up a ceiling. It can be square, it can be round. Sometimes we also might call it a pillar, P-I-L-L-A-R. The column will have special tops and bottoms, and if you study Greek history, you know how old something is by the design. So artists will be able to learn something by looking at these columns. For example, there is a column on each side of the building's main entrance. We often see that on like a big important building with a door in the middle, and there's these two columns there. We also have this word harmony.
Right. The Athenians had an idea of beauty and harmony. Harmony is when different things come together to create a feeling of peace. Yeah. Now harmony, we have an example sentence. So our sentence for harmony is Claire's living room combines several styles in a way that creates harmony. So the Parthenon, which was a temple to Athena, also demonstrated the political power that Athens once held.
That's right.
What does political mean?
Well, political relates to politics. It relates to power, to controlling people, what presidents and politicians do. If we're talking about Ma Ying-jeou or Barack Obama or Vladimir Putin, these are all important political people in the world today. For example, the political climate in that country isn't stable at the moment. There's people kind of fighting over politics, which of course is what a lot of people do, fight over.
Okay, and the Parthenon is which represents all this political power and the religion and the harmony.
Yes.
Is at the top of a hill.
Yes.
And at the top of this hill, you can see many different things. So our article says, from the top of this hill, I looked out over the entire city of Athens.
Yes.
It was a perfect spot for taking in the immense history of this sacred place.
That's true.
And we say take in, meaning to, especially when you look at a really wide area, to appreciate that large, beautiful place. And immense talks of something very large, very long, a long history. It goes back thousands of years.
It really does, yeah.
It's an immense history. What does sacred mean?
And sacred is kind of holy. It's something very special. People will give it a lot of respect. They think it's very, very important. And I think Athens is an important city, but now we've reached an important part of our lesson, the end.
A sacred part of our lesson.
True.
Indeed.
But don't worry, we're going to be back with more about Greece very soon. And then the second part of our article, we're going to leave Athens and enjoy some of the beautiful islands of Greece. So don't miss that. We'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.
作者从古安哥拉走上一个斜坡，那抵达雅典卫城 Acropolis。在这个地方，你可以看到剧场、还有神殿以及雕像。那还有一个非常非常著名的帕德嫩神庙 Parthenon。这个呢是为了智慧女神雅典娜她所建造的神庙。那希腊的首都雅典是念作 Athens。这个名字其实就来自雅典娜女神 Athena 的名字。好，那帕德嫩神庙它是由数十根的圆柱来支撑，就展现了古雅典人对美以及和谐的想法，以及这个雅典呢，它曾经所拥有过的政治权利。作者就认为，这个是领会这个圣地的浩瀚历史完美的地点。好 ，immense 就是形容浩瀚广大的，那么 sacred 是形容神圣的或者是宗教。那我们最后来看3个单字。Column 在课文里面是当做圆柱来解释。那 Mike 老师所说的 pillar 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 也是指柱子。而 harmony 这个名词是指和谐协调。那么 political 是形容政治的或是政治上的。我们顺便学一下跟 political 相关的单字，像 politician 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 是指政治人物。那么 politics 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 就是政治或是政治学。好啦，那以上是今天的讲解，同学们别走开，马上回来哦。
Hello， 欢迎来到 Grammar Express， 我是 Yvette。希腊是一个充满历史和美景的国家，今天作者就要带我们到希腊看看。The hotel I was staying in was near the ancient Agora.A site that dates back to around the 6th century BC. 我住的旅馆接近古安哥拉，这个遗址可追溯到大约西元前6世纪。Date back to 表示时间追溯到或者是始于，表示某事物从某时候开始就有了，后面接时间相关的名词。This church dates back to the 1500s. 这间教堂可以追溯到16世纪。动词 trace 表示追溯或查考什么的来源或过程，用法是 trace something back to something， 也常用被动式 something be traced back to something。 Lisa's fear for dogs can be traced back to childhood experiences. Lisa 对狗的恐惧可以追溯到童年的经验。I strolled among the remains of stone temples and monuments and marveled at the timelessness of this scene. 我漫步在石殿和纪念碑的遗迹之间，赞叹于这片景致的永恒。Grammar Express 接着要介绍的是 marvel 这个字的词性和意义。当动词时，表示赞叹或者是感到惊奇，可以当及物或不及物用。我们常用 marvel at 加上名词，指为什么什么所惊叹，或者是为什么感到大为惊讶，也就是文章里的用法。也可以用 marvel 加 that 子句来表示。I marveled at the gorgeous building. 我对于那栋雄伟的建筑赞叹不已。We marveled that the kids finished the task by themselves. 我们对于孩子们能自己完成任务惊叹不已。Marvel 当名词时，表示令人惊叹或令人赞叹的人事物，或者是奇迹。The pyramids are still a marvel to people nowadays. 金字塔对现在的人来说仍然是一项奇迹。接着读到文章的最后一行 ，It was a perfect spot for taking in the immense history of the sacred place. 这是一个领会这个圣地的浩瀚历史的完美地点。Take in 表示领会或者是理解，也就是文章里的用法。Mike couldn't take in what the teacher said. Mike 无法理解老师所说的。Take in 还有观看或者是欣赏电视、电影、风景等等的意思。Let's take in a film this afternoon. 今天下午一起看部电影吧。今天介绍的用法要多练习使用哦。我们下次见，拜拜。
3, 2, 1, action.
Marty 回到了1960年代，为了要让自己在未来有出生的机会，他必须教导年轻时的老爸如何追求老妈，赢得美人归。
Hi, how are you? I'm George, and I would like to.
George, what are you doing? It's not that hard. If you want to ask her out, you just go in there and you invite her.
Alright, but what do I say?
Say whatever feels natural. Say whatever comes to your mind.
But nothing is coming to my mind.
Oh, Christ. It's a miracle I was even born.
Huh?
Nothing. Just tell her that destiny has brought you to her, and you think that she is the most beautiful girl you've ever seen. And you know, girls like to hear things like that. What are you doing?
This is good stuff. I'm writing it down.
Don't write it down. You have to just tell her whatever you feel like you want to say.
Marty， 你一定要教导你爸怎么去把妹啊！然后说很简单啊 ，George，you just go there and invite her， 你就进去你就约她就好了嘛，有那么难吗？然后爸爸说 ，Alright，but what do I say？ 那我要讲什么呢？讲什么还要问 Marty 就说 ，Say whatever feels natural， 你就讲自然的，感觉到怎么样，讲什么，想到什么就讲什么。Say whatever comes to your mind， 想到什么就讲什么。然后那个 George 就说 ，But nothing is on my mind， 我头脑空一片，什么都没有，不知道讲什么。然后马里就受不了 ，Oh Christ，it's a miracle I was even born。哇，这个主耶稣啊，这是我能生下来，真是个奇迹呀！奇迹的英文名词就是 miracle，miracle，it's a miracle， 这是个奇迹呀！然后爸爸就说真的你在讲什么？然后马里就不行，偷漏嘴了，不行啊，你就随便跟妈妈讲嘛，你就说 Just tell her that destiny has brought you and brought you to her, and you think that she is the most beautiful girl you've ever seen. 就跟妈妈讲说，命运让你们两个走在一起，然后她是你见过最美丽的女生啊。这个 Marty 在这个未来是非常非常会把妹的，所以想要传授给他老爸。就老爸居然在旁边写了 Marty 说你在干嘛？我在写下。这种东西还要写吗？刚才就跟你讲说，就是要自然这样子才对，你不可以写下来。他爸爸这么的宅，到底 能不能把到如花似玉的美女 Lorraine， 然后娶她为妻，然后生下 Marty 呢？请继续收看英文龙卷风。